What's up, YouTube? T-Movies here. Now, with the new film Where'd You Go, Bernadette in theaters this week, since it stars arguably one of the greatest actresses of all time, Cate Blanchett, who of course, who I believe is who of course won like a couple of Oscars. I mean, Cate Blanchett is just, Meryl Streep is definitely the greatest actress of all time, but of course, Cate Blanchett is on that list. I mean, Cate Blanchett is just awesome. She's been in some really great stuff. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Cate Blanchett films. Alright. Coming in at number 10 is going to be the Wes Anderson film, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Now, it's about this oceanographer named Steve Zissou, played by Bill Murray, who has pretty much sworn vengeance upon this rare shark that devoured a member of his crew. So, he ends up being joined on the boat by this guy named Ned, played by Owen Wilson, who pretty much believes that Zissou, he actually thinks that Zissou might actually be his father. And they're also joined by this journalist named Jane, who's played by Cate Blanchett, who is pregnant by pregnant by a married man. So they are pretty much on a adventure to pretty much they end up being traveled to the sea, and they also get run into by pirates, and perhaps more and they also get be run into by various figures from Zissou's past, including his strange wife Eleanor, played by Angelica Houston. I really like Cate Blanchett's chemistry with Owen Wilson and Bill Murray. Of course, Wes Anderson, that guy is very quirky, and he did a great job with Life of Quiet. This movie is really fun. It's really adventurous. You also had William Dafoe. Jeff Goldblum was in this. Really great film. I mean, if you guys haven't seen The Life of Quiet with Steve Zissou yet, go check it out. I mean, it's pretty much all take place in a submarine, and it's a really great one. Alright, coming in at number 9 is the film Elizabeth. Now, this film got released in late 1990s, and it takes place in London, 1554, and the character of Elizabeth was born by a royal lineage, and she's the daughter of King Henry and Anne Boleyn, and she's pretty much imprisoned by her half sister Mary when she was only 16, and so she ends up being swept onto the throne and crown of and she's also crowned England Queen of England at 23, and she survived. England must suss out hidden agendas in her court and all. And it's directed by this director named Shekhar Cooper, who did a pretty good job as director. I also featured Jeffrey Rush, Joseph Fiennes, who's of course best known for the show The Handmaid's Tale. You also got Christopher Eccleston, Richard Attenborough. Some really interesting cast members. Now, they did also do a sequel called Elizabeth the Golden Age, which was not that good, to be honest with you. But the first Elizabeth was really good. And I like the period piece aspect of it. Cate Blanchett was terrific. I mean, I believe this was the movie that really put Cate Blanchett on the map for most people. And it's a really great one. If you guys haven't seen Elizabeth yet, it's a good one. And Cate Blanchett, come on, she's a queen in her own right, so, yeah. Alright. Coming in at number 8 is going to be the Todd Haynes film, Carol. Now, Carol, is based on a book by Patricia Highsmith, and it's about this young department store clerk in 1950s Manhattan named Therese, played by Rooney Mara, who pretty much meets Cate Blanchett's Carol, who's a beautiful older woman who's pretty much stuck in a depressing marriage of convention. So they end up pretty much they both like Rooney Mara and Kate Blanchett's character really both fall in love in this, and it's really good. Like the movie actually scored, I believe it scored Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken. I know Kate Blanchett scored an Oscar nomination for Best Actress, and Rooney Mara scored one for Best Supporting Actress. Carol is a really interesting film. I mean, it, it's Todd Haynes, and Todd Haynes is a really cool filmmaker. I really like the romantic chemistry with Rooney Mara and Kate Blanchett was good. I mean, Kate Blanchett is I believe she was like in her 50s when she did this movie, and that woman just doesn't age. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought had a big crush on Kate Blanchett. I don't know, she just for her age, she still looks good. Like, I'm not lying. And of course, her scenes with Rooney Mara was pretty decent. Of course, you also had Kyle Chandler who plays her husband here. Yeah, Carol is a really interesting period piece drama about romance and about love affairs, and it's a really good one. Like, I never read the Patricia Highsmith book, but the film Carol is really good. All right, coming in at number 7 is going to Thor Ragnarok. Now, Kate Blanchett, plays the role of Hela, who's of course the sister of Thor and Loki, and she and of course, Hel is based on the Della Hel, who's pretty much who ends up being released from prison following Odin's death in her, and she wants to try to rule Asgard, like you know how that is in the Thor universe. And I thought Kate Blanchett as Hela was great casting. I mean, she literally looked like Maleficent because with the horns and stuff like that, and I thought she was great. Like her interaction with Chris Hemsworth was cool. I think she's definitely one of the MCU's best villains, and I'm still hoping maybe we see Kate Blanchett back as Hell again, maybe for Thor 4. That would be pretty cool to see, because Kate Blanchett was great as Hela, and Thor Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi, really great film, and of course, Chris Hemsworth as Loki. Chris Hemsworth as Thor, I meant to say. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. See what happens when I talk fast? I screw up my stuff, but whatever. Of course, Idris Elba as Heimdall, Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, Mark Ruffalo back as Hulk. Jesus Christ, I'm screwing up here. Anyway, yeah, Thor Ragnarok is a really great one, and what made it the best is definitely Kate Blanchett's Hela. I thought she was great as a role, and yeah, fingers crossed she returns as Hela down the line, whether it's in the Loki series or maybe or probably Thor Love and Thunder. I'll love to see Kate Blanchett back as Ro again. All right, coming in at number 6 is going to be the David Fincher film, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Now, this film stars Brad Pitt as this guy named Benjamin Button, who was born as a elderly man, but then ages backwards. And yeah, Curious Case of Benjamin Button is a really terrific movie. Like Brad Pitt's Benjamin Button ends up falling for Kate Blanchett's character, who's a dancer. So there's like like a love that like a romance that arises between Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett. Of course, you also had Tilda Swinton was in this, Taraji P. Henson, David Fincher did a magnificent job at directing. And yeah, Curious Case of Benjamin Button is a really great movie. I mean, if Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett had worked together again in the movie Baba, but I think this is a better movie that they appeared in together. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen The Curious Case of Benjamin Button yet, go check it out. It's a really good one. All right, coming in at number 5 is going to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, of course, Kate Blanchett plays the role of Galadriel, who was like the co-ruler and lady of Lothlorien, alongside her husband, Lord Celeborn, played by Martin Koskas. And of course, she is also an elf of of course, she's an elf of Middle Earth, and she's like the greatest elder of Middle Earth and all. And Lord of the, like, I'm not really the world's biggest Lord of the Rings guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Lord of the Rings or anything like that. But I was just never really like Lord of the Rings was never really a trilogy that really like I did not really fell in love with Lord of the Rings, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a good franchise. It's cool and all, but it's not really a one that like I always rewatch over and over. But I still appreciate Lord of the Rings, and it probably has some of the best cast I've seen. Like you have Elijah Wood as Frodo. I mean, Sir Ian McKellen as Gandalf, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin, uh, Liv Tyler, and Kate Blanchett as an elf. One more key extra. I thought she was really great in this, and her like chemistry with Martin Kokas was pretty good, and yeah, I really quite like Kate Blanchett's character, and of course she reprised her role once again in the Hobbit trilogies, which she was pretty good in the Hobbit films as well. But yeah, her in the Lord of the Rings trilogies, that's some really good casting right there. All right. Coming in at number 4 is going to the Aviator. Now, this is of course about famed billionaire Howard Hughes, and it's pretty much about it's pretty much a story that talks about his early filmmaking years as the owner of RKO Pictures, and he's also and the film also focuses on his role in designing and promoting new aircraft and all. And he also has a nice. He also has a relationship with famed Hollywood actress Katharine Hepburn, who's of course played by Blanchett, and of course you had Kate Beckinsale. Uh, you had Beckinsale as Ava Gardner. Alan Alda was in this as pretty much like the sort of the bad guy here, which is Senator Ralph Owen Brewster. You also had Alec Baldwin. I mean, some really interesting cast members were in this. And of course, it was directed by Martin Scorsese. Leo DiCaprio played the role of Howard Hughes. Yeah, really good cast members. Kate Blanchett gave a really great performance as Katharine Hepburn. I mean, too bad they never really got her did a Katharine Hepburn biopic and got Kate Beck and had Kate Blanchett as well. I would totally be down to see an actual Katharine Hepburn biopic with Kate Blanchett. That would be cool to watch because I know she really looked the part as Katharine Hepburn, and I thought she was great as a role. And The Aviator is a really good film. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen The Aviator by now, go check it out. All right. Coming in at number 3 is going to the 2015 remake of Cinderella. Now, here, of course, Kate Blanchett plays the role of Cinderella's evil stepmother, and Kate Blanchett. Why do I almost keep calling her Kate Beckinsale for some reason? Kate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. That was brilliant casting right there. The movie was, of course, directed by Kenneth Branagh, Lily James. Lily James as a Cinderella was great. And I really like the stepmother and stepdaughter dynamic throwback, rivalry between Cinderella and the evil stepmother. Of course, you had Richard Madden as the prince. Haley Atwell was also in this. Kate Kenneth Branagh did a wonderful job at directing this. I mean, such a really magnificent movie, and yeah, I really like the 2015 Cinderella film, and especially the performance by Kate Blanchett and Lily James definitely makes that film more worth it. All right. Coming in at number two is going to be another Todd Haynes film, and that's going to be a film called I'm Not There. Now, like Carol, I'm Not There is also directed by Todd Haynes, and it's pretty much like about several actors who are portraying legendary singer-songwriter Bob Dylan at very different stages in his personal life and career. Like one of which is Kate. The character that Kate Blanchett plays is the character of Jude Quinn, who pretty much closely like follows Dylan's in his mid 60s, and Kate Blanchett's character was Jude, and she looked unrecognizable. Like they made her look so much a little bit similar to Bob Dylan. Like they made her literally look like a dude here, and I thought they did. It shows of how great of an actress Kate Blanchett could be. I mean, she could even play a character like Bob Dylan and knock it out of the park. And of course, it features lots of Bob Dylan music in it. Great performances by you had Christian Bale was in this, Heath Ledger. You also had Richard Gere, Julianne Moore was in this, Michelle Williams, Bruce Greenwood, Chris Christopherson. Really great performances here. Who, of course, lots of them ended up playing different stages of Bob Dylan's career. And this movie features lots of music by Bob Dylan. I mean, it's a really great film, and yeah, I mean, great performances by Kate Blanchett and the other cast. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen I'm Not There Yet, it's a really good one. And they should do it like down the line. They should do another movie similar to I'm Not There. Kind of maybe do a biopic about David Bowie using the same stuff from I'm Not There. They should see about doing that one day. All right, now, what is better than Lord of the Rings or or Cinderella or anything else? My favorite Kate Blanchett movie is actually the film that won Kate Blanchett her Oscar, and that is the Woody Allen film Blue Jasmine. I think this is probably pretty much the best performance of Kate Blanchett's career. Obviously she of course won her Oscar for this performance. It also had really great performances. Like besides Kate Blanchett, you also had Alec Baldwin was in this. Louis C.K., Andrew Dice Clay was in this. Bobby Cannavale, Sally Hawkins was in this. I mean, in the film, Kate Blanchett plays this woman named Jasmine, who ends up fleeing to San Francisco and the modest apartment of her sister, Ginger, played by Sally Hawkins. And it's because like her marriage to a wealthy businessman, played by Alec Baldwin, ends up collapsing and all. And so she's also like, so if you want to look at it, she's also suffering from bipolar too. And she has a little bit of a problem. Like she ends up, talking to herself a whole lot. And and Sally Hawkins' character, her boyfriend, played by Bobby Cannavale, really doesn't approve of her, staying there and all. So that happens, and Kate Blanchett also finds out that her, sister's boyfriend is also cheating, pretty much also, cheating on her sister and all that, and lots of family dynamic, rivalry happens throughout. It's a really great film. I mean, Kate Blanchett was, like I said, it's her best performance of her career. Either Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine was terrific. I mean, definitely an Oscar-deserving win. And yeah, directed by Woody Allen, who is of course really sickening and all that. But despite Woody Allen's personal life and whatnot, he's still a cool director. And I think he did a really decent job with Blue Jasmine, and he worked great with Kate Blanchett, and also Kate Blanchett with Alec Baldwin was great. Like I even thought Andrew Dice Clay was actually really good. Like this movie actually made me think that he could do more than just straight up comedy, because The film was actually it's part comedy, but it's also dramatic too. So there's that, and also Kate Blanchett's character also ends up having a relationship with Lucy Kay character, and that goes a little south too. So Kate Blanchett's character is really miserable, and yeah, I mean, at times she's likable, and at times she's not likable, and yeah. But if you guys haven't seen Blue Jasmine yet, it's a really decent one. Alright, that's hey, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Uh, 9, Elizabeth. 8, Carol. 4, Thor Ragnarok. 6, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. 5, Lord of the Rings. 4, The Aviator. 3, Cinderella. 2, I'm Not There. And 1, Blue Jasmine. Now, she's been in loads of other stuff over the years as well. Let me pull up her credit list. Her other credits includes Ocean's 8, Elizabeth Golden Age, The Gift, Hannah, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Bandits with Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton, The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon, Charlotte Gray with Billy Crudup, who's also in Where'd You Go Burn Them, by the way. The Monuments Men, Veronica Guerin, Oscar and Lucinda, The Good German, Truth, How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3. There's also she was also in Netflix's Mowgli film. I mean, Kate Blanchett's been in some really high-profile great stuff. So anyway, let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite Kate Blanchett movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movies signing off.